Welcome to the Dating After Divorce podcast. I'm your host, Shade Curry, and I believe every divorced woman deserves a romantic relationship where she feels safe, loved, and cherished. You can create the most amazing life after divorce, and I will teach you how. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Dating After Divorce podcast. I am your host, Shade Curry, and welcome to the third episode in my series around creating life momentum after divorce. And the last two episodes, I sort of introduced this idea that we're not focused enough on ourselves. After divorce, we're not focused enough on what we want. And often this is presented as being almost a deterrent to dating, that, oh my goodness, if I focus on myself, I can only do that when I am not dating, when I'm not looking for a relationship. And when I'm looking for a relationship, I need to be focused outward. And one of the things I've always taught my clients is that you, the listener, the woman, the one looking for the relationship should always be at the center of everything you are doing, that you are your first responsibility. And this can be hard to really take in. It can be hard to take in. It can be hard to work out and even live out in a world where we're conditioned as women to always center everyone else. And most importantly, always center men. So I'm sure you have noticed that there is a lot of conversation on the internet, social media, on podcasts around decentering men. And I haven't wanted to talk a lot about that because even the conversation about decentering men almost centers men in the way it's presented. It's like men are the thing and then we need to decenter them. And pretty soon you find yourself thinking about how to decenter men the whole time. The way I have always presented it to my clients, kind of behind the scenes, I have this phrase that I constantly use when they're telling me all the things the guy said and why that was bad and everything he did. And I'm always just like, we don't care what he thinks. Stop caring what he thinks. Stop caring about what the man thinks. And it's like, well, how can I stop caring what he thinks when I'm dating? How can I stop wondering about whether or not he likes me and whether or not he's going to treat me well and whether or not he's the right guy for me and whether or not he. That's the conversation always in a society where men are centered, and we are all conditioned to center men. Now, the solution to this is not to decenter men, but to center yourself. And when you center yourself, it means your focus, which is one of the pillars of life momentum that I will be talking about as this series goes on throughout the month of November 2025, is to focus on yourself, is to build a new habit of being focused on yourself. And that, my friends, is so hard. We have gone a lifetime of centering other people, centering bosses, centering men, centering our lovers and our husbands and our partners, and centering our children. Now, children, I will say, are the only appropriate other that should be centered in your life while they are young. They cannot take care of themselves, so they must be part of your centering while they are dependent upon you. Other than that, there is no other person who should have your focus, even if you are married to that person. And I know all of you, my divorced ladies, you know how much we were focused on our partners during the marriage. You know, I know how focused I was on my ex-husband and how much there is a temptation to be focused on my current husband just because of the world, the way the world works, the way the narrative works. People are constantly wondering, where is your husband? And is he coming? And is he going to be here? And he, right? And I have to resist the temptation to also center other people in my life and to center myself. So what I'd love to call this episode really is how to center yourself in your life. Because when you center yourself, you are the first thing you think about. You are Your first question is, what is in my best interest? Your first question is, am I building my own goals and dreams? Your first question is, am I safe? Your first question is, do I enjoy the experience that I am having? So when you're dating, when you meet someone, instead of wondering about what they are thinking and do they like me and am I showing up in a way that impresses them, you're actually taking a step back. Hopefully you get to the point where you don't even take that step forward and you go in fully connected with the experience that you are having. You're fully connected in your body to your emotions, to your feelings, to your opinions, to your desires, and to what you want in the moment. And you are looking to yourself to provide what you need. Now, let me explain that a little bit. There's a lot of conversation around dating about well, ask for what you want. And while that is lovely, it once again centers the other person as the source of what you want. You are the source of what you want. And for you to be the source of what you want, you are the person who has to say, what I want is here or it is not here, which is very different from asking the other person to somehow change and morph into what you want. It's a trap. That asking for what you want thing is a trap. Usually you're having to ask for what you want in a situation where what you want does not exist, right? The other person is already showing up as not what you want. I'll give an example. You have a guy who doesn't text often. So you're dating, you guys may be even exclusive, but he says he's not a good texter. And so then you complain to your girlfriends who may or may not know what you need. That's another story for another day. Well, he's not texting me, blah, 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 blah. And they're tired of listening to you vent about this. So they're like, well, just ask him for what you want. Ask him what kind of communication you like. And then so you go to the guy and you're like, hey, I really like it if you text me twice a day. So he sets an alarm to text you twice a day. Text you twice a day. He's not a guy who would naturally text twice a day. So even the texts, when they come in, they're just checking a box and you can feel it. You know, he's just doing it so that he can continue to be around you. That's it. There's no feeling behind it. There's no energy behind it. There's no personal desire behind it. So now you've asked for what you wanted, but what you want doesn't actually truly exist in this situation with this person. My take on this is that you are your own matchmaker. You are the one who will evaluate if what you want exists here. And you give what you want to yourself by saying, what I want exists here, so I'm going to hang around here to enjoy the fact that what I want is here. Or what I want is not here, and so I am going to move away to find what I want somewhere else. Do you notice how many I's were in those statements? Because you are the centered person. You are the one having the experience. You are the one giving yourself the experience. You are the one enjoying the experience. You are the one deciding that the experience you want does not exist in that moment. And you are the one taking action to go and get the experience you want somewhere else. It's not about the guy. This is how you center yourself. But when the man is centered, he is the source. He's the one who needs to give you what you want. He's the one who needs to show up appropriately. He's the one who needs to. So all of the conversation, one of the reasons that in a sense, I'm different from a lot of the dating conversations that you will see out there is that I'm rarely talking about the men. I don't care that the man doesn't show up right. I don't care that the man ghosts you. I don't care that the man wanted to go 50-50. I don't care that he asked to pay for your dinner and then wanted to have sex. Who cares? The minute you're not having the experience you want to have, you need to be the one who is aware, who's saying, yep, I'm having the experience I want to have. I'm going to hang around. I'm not having the experience I don't want to have. I'm getting out of here. You are centered. You are the powerful one. You are the one who knows what you are doing. You are the one who knows truly what you need and whether it exists or not. I mean, these are the steps that I take my clients through when we are doing self-discovery, when we're walking through their core values, when we are setting the stage for the person who is ideal for them. It's not about a mystery man out there. It's about them. In the same way that and I've used this analogy before, let's say you went to college to become a paleontologist. I'm watching Scandal right now, so that's on my mind. Because Eli Pope was a paleontologist. So that's the study of dinosaurs and stuff like that. You're a paleontologist. So you have all of this knowledge about dinosaurs and, archaeology and all of these things, right? Why would you then walk into a McDonald's to apply for a job? And then they give you the job, and then every day there are no dinosaurs for you to study. And then you walk up to your manager, well, I need to ask for what I want. No, like you yourself should be giving yourself what you want by going to apply for what you want in the right places, right? And getting the job that you want that matches you, right? And so this is the sort of the way we are putting ourselves in this catch-22 of wanting to center ourselves and get what we want and never settle and be the prize. But then we keep going to places where what we want doesn't exist to try to get it. That's because men are centered, right? And so this is not about hating men. Again, hating men is also centering men. The women who are online, which I have no problem with it at all, because I think things that happen that are evil in this world should be exposed. So some people have the job of exposing the darkness that can exist as a warning tale for all of us. I have learned so much from the people who do hate men and do talk about the dark things that men do. I think that work is useful and it has its place, right? But that is not necessarily my work. My work is more to center the woman because we have our work that we need to do. We have our growth. We have things that we need to build. And when we are thinking about and focused on and spending time in the business of men, we do not have the time, focus, attention, the energy to build ourselves, to build our own defenses, to build our own maturity, our own wisdom, our own discernment, right? If you're constantly looking at men, hoping to get a man who's going to protect you, you're not spending enough time on your discernment so that you're never in a situation where a person could harm you because your discernment and your intuition and your action and the way you move has been so sharpened that you're just like sidestepping all of the issues. So this is why it's not about decentering men. It is about centering yourself. And it frustrates my clients when I'm constantly like, I'll listen to them and I'll just be like, okay, so tell me about you. What were you thinking? What were you feeling? This is not to blame them for what happened, but it's to help them find the moment that they gave away their power in their own minds, always bringing it back to them. And not everyone likes that kind of work. Not everyone wants to do that level of self-reflection and looking inward. But that is the work that I am called to do to help women truly see themselves and their power and their potential and to help them build the things that they came to build. And so in my one-on-one practice now, I am really offering my life momentum method, which is, listen, let's recapture your most powerful resources, which is one, your time. Right? Our time is drained away by so many things. 2, focus. Our focus is drained. First of all, half of us have undiagnosed ADHD, right? So we're just and then perimenopause really brings that out. But even without that label, the way the world is designed now, it is designed to suck away your focus and attention, right? Your focus and attention is so valuable. Billion-dollar businesses are being built on our attention, right? With AI and with social media, corporations are seeing the value of attention. And I'm constantly telling my clients, your attention is valuable. Where are you putting it? You are still the final decider of where your attention goes. And so if you can harness your time, if you can harness your attention, and then if you can put those things into executing on your own goals and dreams, you will be unstoppable. Whether your goal is to find a partner who is the right partner for you. Half the time, women cannot find the partner who's right for them because they are focused on the wrong parts of the dating journey. They are focused on the man, or they're focused on what the man said or what the man did versus what they need. Or they're not focused on the growth they need to create or the improvements they need to make in their dating journey, right? Their attention is sucked away by what everyone is saying about all kinds of things. If you can harness your time, your focus, if you can execute on a goal that is important to you, right? If you can create a strategy that really works and you can focus on executing, right? And if you can execute in a way that feels good to you, again, the way we execute is different. One of the reasons I do a lot of core values and self-discovery work with my clients is because the way one person went about this is not necessarily going to work for you. We have to look at who you are. That work can feel like, but it's not about who I am. If I could just find the right guy, it's like, yes, but the right guy is for you is in a specific space. We need to know who you are to be able to figure out how to get there, right? So if you can do all of that, we can create a sustainable momentum on any goal, on any goal. But the first step, again, is to center yourself in the goals that you really want, the life you really want to build, to start making your own best interests, the things that are good for you, the most important things. Like wake up in the morning and be like, what is actually really good for me? What is actually the best thing for me? And be willing to look at that answer. Sometimes the answer is hard to see because when we get the answer, we also see how much time we have wasted and how much energy we have wasted and how much attention we have wasted on things that didn't come into fruition. So sometimes that realization of what we really want can bring up some shame. That's okay. That shame can be processed. It can be moved through. It's uncomfortable, but you can move through it to actually start building. We have so much time. We have so much time ahead of us. We have so many resources available to us. Each person has their own natural strengths. If we could just shift our emotional energy away from other people, other adults, to what we are building, turn our focus onto our purpose, our own passions, the legacy we want to leave, the things that bring us joy, the things that light us up, the things that are nourishing. On the one hand, we have so much time to focus on these things. On the other hand, life is really short. So we can't focus on what's best for us and what's our responsibility and duty to the life that we've been given and focus on everything else for everybody else. It's kind of like you got to choose. If you want to make this very short life meaningful and deep and nourishing to you, you have to center yourself. There are no two ways about it. Even people who leave a huge legacy by helping other people, the reason they're able to succeed in helping other people is because doing that work was part of centering themselves. So when I'm recording this podcast episode, it's not because I'm trying to fix you or get into your life or, focus on you. While I do focus on you, it is because focusing on you as my listener and focusing on sharing what I know is part of what is most meaningful to me. I have just been created and have been nurtured and educated and trained, and I truly enjoy this moment of sharing these ideas with you. So helping you is centering myself. Now, there are other things that I could be doing in the world that, while they would be really, really awesome, I don't enjoy those things. I don't feel called to those things. I don't feel like it's part of my purpose. So I don't do those things, even if they're good or people say you should really be doing that, because I'm not centering myself by doing that work. Everyone has the thing that they are meant to do, that they're meant to contribute to their community and to the world while they're here. In order for you to discover that, you would have to center yourself. You would have to go inward and take a look and say, what am I really wanting to do? And it just looks so different for so many people. I have a best friend who works a 9 to 5, and that when she works for different companies in her industry, she just feels so nourished. And she's like, I just love this work. She just loves the work so much. right? Like she has no desire to be doing any podcasting, any writing, speaking, none of that. She just wants to work in that industry for as long as she can and enjoy her time doing that. So she has centered herself and her desires and has defined them as working in this industry, helping people. She really does help a lot of young people in that industry. And so you can see how there is no one way to center yourself. The only way to center yourself is by centering yourself. Okay, there will be more episodes in this series. I have so much to say about this process of reclaiming your own desires and goals and passions and bringing your vision to life and bringing your dreams to life over the next month. So please stay tuned. Share this with another divorced woman or other woman that you think needs to hear this. I want to thank you for your time and attention today. I meant to say one last thing, but I forgot what it was. Welcome to Perimenopause. Thank you all for staying tuned and being a part of this. I will see you on the next episode. Thanks for listening today. If you are ready to get married after divorce, I want to invite you to download my free 8-video training specifically designed to help divorced women date with ease and get married again. Head over to shadecurry.com to get started. That's SADECURRY.com. I'll see you inside.